Welcome to the 4th annual IMG 7v7 National Championship at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. I'm Dave Reynolds along with Amy Campbell. And over the next hour, we will bring you the events of this outstanding three-day weekend.
This event features the largest field of teams in championship history, with more than 35 teams from 13 states, Washington, D.C., and Canada, all vying for that club division title and those coveted national champion rings.
Meanwhile, Amy, in the Future Stars division, a field of 20 teams from 4 states and also Washington, D.C., are all trying to bring that championship trophy home.
Competition is the name of the game, but every competition has rules. 7v7 is no different. Each team has a maximum of 24 players on the squad. One offensive coach is allowed in the huddle between plays. The game has an 18-minute run clock, while the last 2 minutes are played as a regulation football game per NFHS regulation football rules. The quarterback is allowed 4 seconds to throw the ball, and the play is considered dead after 4 seconds. And what about scoring? Well, you get 6 points for a touchdown, 1 point for a PAT from 3 yards out, 2 points for a PAT from the 10-yard line. You get 2 points for a defensive stop or down, and finally, you earn 3 points for an interception.
The Boom came out strong, going 2-0 in their first 2 games of pool play.
This is an opportunity for them to get more reps, to fine-tune their game so they can compete against the best in the fall.
And one of the teams to keep an eye on are the Boomers from Chicago, who flew all the way down from the Windy City to Florida. And they are fortunate enough to have as their general manager a former NFL player who doesn't mind sharing his knowledge of the game.
Our team prides itself in just production and developing athletes from the ground up. We have a training center called Acceleration. We start training athletes at age 8. And then as soon as they become 6th grade, they start into the Boom program. We have a middle school team, the Futures team called the Boomers, and then our high school team is called the Boom. We want to play against the best. We train hard. We train 3 days a week, and then we compete 1 day a week. This is what we want. We want to play against the best. You know, some of our guys don't look the part, so we want to prove to the world that we can compete against the best. Our Futures program, you know, youth football is very competitive at the Chicago level. It's very competitive. So they're looking for a spring sport, and 7-on-7 Boom is their spring sport.
Let's go, D! Come on now, let's go!
They say that's the biggest difference between a Texas, California team, because they get more reps than our kids up in Chicago. This is an opportunity for them to get more reps, to fine-tune their game so they can compete against the best in the fall.
We caught up with IMG Director of Events Blake Ulrich and IMG Director Chris Winke to discuss the NFA 7v7, this national championship tournament, and the future of the sport.
Good job, D!
Started the NFA 7v7 about 2 or 3 years ago, and the mission really is to elevate the game of 7v7 and create a more structured, safe environment for these kids to do off-season skill development. So there's tournament systems, there's teams with organization, we have highlight videos, different sponsors involved. This week we had a seminar with the NCAA to talk about the rules of recruiting and things of that nature to help educate parents and coaches and event organizers on things that they can do to help keep the 7v7 game live around the country and also help get these kids into college. It's the IMG 7v7 National Championship. It's in its 4th year. Got about 50 teams from around the country here playing in a middle school division and a club division. So it really is one of our most prestigious events here that we host at IMG Academy, and it really has taken off around the nation, and we're pretty excited about it.
Well, I think it's a culmination of our 7-on-7 platform where we've hosted a ton of events around the country, and this is really bringing all the best teams and best players right here on our campus, which is nice. One, it gives them an opportunity to play in a first-class event at a premier facility, and gives us an opportunity to meet a lot of these kids and share with them what we're doing here at IMG.
The talent is amazing. The teams have been all qualified to get here, so they're really excited. Some made some really long journeys, and you know, it's a chance where they get to come and compete against different regions of the country and different teams. So that, not that they normally play on a regular season, so they get to kind of meet new people, make new friendships, and that carries on obviously through their recruiting career into college.
I think this is really collectively the best high school talent in the country, and it's all in one spot, so it's fun for us to watch. A lot of things have changed. I came here, we didn't have any football fields, and I didn't have an office. And slowly but surely, we started to have those visions come to fruition. And I think now, obviously with a brand new stadium, a new field house, adding more fields, brand new locker room, state-of-the-art facility, it's changed in 4 years.
We really have developed quite a bit over the last couple of years. 3 or 4 years ago when we had this event first, there was 8 teams and most of them were local. So I expect additional seminars, continuing education classes for not only players but for parents and teams. So a lot of different things that they're going to be able to do on and off the field as part of their 77 skill development. I think our growth through the networks around the country has been fantastic. You know, we've been able to secure sponsors like Under Armour, Gatorade, all to help give back to this game. We've also been able to work with great athletes like Cam Newton and the Cam Newton Foundation, and he's really dived into the sport of 77 because it was a part of his childhood, and you see professional athletes creating teams and being a part of this experience, and to be able to give back to those foundations and all of that stuff has been great for us, and we hope to continue to build that in the future.
Good catch, Trey! Good catch!
As we mentioned earlier in the show, the IMG 7v7 National Championship also has a club division, but you know what? They have a Future Stars division as well, and it consists of guys from 13 to 15 years old, and they had a chance to show off their skills on day one of pool play. Early in the day, the Boomers and Change Factor met on the field. Change Factor gets on the board with this deep pass for 6. The game is winding down, and the Boomers come right back at Change Factor. They get 6 of their own, but it wouldn't be enough as Change Factor squeaks out the 3-point victory. The Boomers from Chicago met the Future, and this was a tightly contested game. The Boomers earn the win and move into the next round. In the quarterfinals, the Boomers had the task of taking on second-seeded Adrenaline Rush. The Rush came out with their strong defense to set the tone for this game. This time, Nick Scalzo rolls to his right and finds Jay Rito for the touchdown. Adrenaline Rush moves into the semifinals.